Whatever the deal is, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm going to tell you this. I know that when you are a farmer and you have a farm, you're a self-sustained person. You depend on nothing, no one, and that farm is what you live off of. That's what this country's got to get back to. We have to be dependent upon ourselves, upon our people, and know in our hearts and our minds that no matter how bad it gets, no matter how hard it is, America will thrive, that flag will still stand, and Donald Trump is the guy for the job. That's all I've got to say.
Damn, he was fired up, right? Looks like I found the right people again, didn't I? We're about as blue-collar, real American North Carolina as you can get. Asheboro. They call it Trashboro. They call themselves Trashboro, not me. It's an endearing term. We'll talk about that. Don't worry. And man, are the people in town fired up about some Donald J. Trump. They love him here. And that's why I came. Because he's about to take office in a week now, and I wanted you to hear how his biggest base feels about that. All right. The election tour continues, everybody. Well, it's the post-election tour. By the time you see this, it'll be about a week until our man takes office again. So I guess we could call this the inauguration tour. And our first stop is right here in blue-collar North Carolina, in Asheboro, Randolph County. It's just about as MAGA as you can get in this state. And it is damn cold out here. Snow is coming down, as you can see. It's about 30 degrees. For the next week, we're going to tour here. We're going to go up to Virginia, and we're going to make our way up to the nation's capital for the inauguration. Our first stop is right here. And I know some people are going to write some comments and say, why are you calling these folks rednecks? Well, I'll tell you what. They call themselves rednecks. I mean, look at that. You got people driving their dune buggies around. And I'm a redneck. I drive a beat-up pickup truck, so I can speak to these people on my level. Here in Redneck, MAGA country, North Carolina, inauguration tour begins right here, folks. Look at that. Beautiful Asheboro, North Carolina. It's winter here, so it's white today. I mean red. It's red here. That's why we're here to begin the trip. Asheboro is in Randolph County, which is big time MAGA. Look at this map. 78% of the people in this county voted for him versus Kamala. Randolph's the most conservative county in the state. A big red square right in the middle. Like a bullseye. It's a smallish place. There's about 27,000 people here. But it's growing fast. People are coming here because it's warm and for the cost of living mostly. It's a hardworking, blue-collar kind of place where you can get a home with some land for under $200,000. Look at that. I just randomly picked a house on Zillow. What a steal to live in a quiet, simple place, right? The average home price here, it's about $230K. Where else can you get that? If you want to move here, I know realtors. Just saying. Asheboro is a manufacturing and a distribution powerhouse. Major employers here make furniture, medical devices, batteries, plastics, hosiery. They claim to have the second biggest blue-collar job growth in the state. Toyota, they just opened up a big electric battery plant nearby that brought in 1,700 jobs. Good for them. This area is all about protecting American workers, too. The conservatives here have pushed for those e-verify systems to make sure that job applicants are actually legal. Imagine that. They also make it harder for illegals to get driver's licenses here. North Carolina has banned sanctuary cities. Amen to that. Good for them. And this part of North Carolina is well known for being necky. You may remember a video I did back in the day where I ranked the most redneck cities in North Carolina. Asheboro was number 1. Typically when we make our redneck videos, we use the same list that we used last year for our popular series. We were about to make this video and Asheboro was on that list. Coincidentally, we were driving in the Asheboro area and we thought, let's check out Asheboro. We've never actually been there. About 30 minutes into the trip, we were like, hell no. Asheboro is not only the most redneck place in North Carolina, this might be the most redneck place in the country. And it's not just Asheboro that's a necky place either. It's the entire region. Randleman, Ramsar, Seagrove, Farmer, they're all smaller redneck hubs that pretty much make Randolph County one big damn redneck party. Asheboro has $20 stores, a Walmart, 3 Waffle Houses, a Huddle House, a truck stop, and a damn river runs through it. And you probably didn't know, I learned the day I was here, Asheboro is number 1 in the state for people who have guns, and the 9th highest in the country per capita. My kind of people, my kind of place. So we took an entire Saturday, we drove around, and we talked to people here to get their opinion on President Trump taking office again. I'm pretty sure you can guess how they feel. Boy, was it cold that day. All right, let's see how icy it is out here. All right, it's not too bad. It's doable. I'm gonna have to get my scraper out for the vehicle. That is not my vehicle. I do not roll like that. It's a rental. But look at how thick the ice is. Oh shit. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad, and that is, oh my God. How am I gonna, that's like a 1/4 inch, maybe an inch thick of ice. Oh my God. It's like encased in ice. So today's the day that we're supposed to be driving around talking to folks about Trump and how he's coming back to life. And it's about 8 in the morning. We had some ice and some sleet and some snow and whatever, and it's 22 degrees. Not what I intended, not what I wanted. The things I do for you, YouTube. So we're gonna try to do our best. I think it's gonna thaw and eventually we get on the road, try and talk to some folks. But I'll tell you what, if Donald Trump were in charge, these roads would be cleared already. The ice melted pretty quickly and we were off. We're up here at Robbie's Touch Boat Restoration. We got a whole lot of Trump at Robbie's. Man, a whole family.
Western North Carolina, they don't do what they say they're going to do. Look at California. That's a Democratic state right now. It's on fire. There's nothing happening over there for those people. So just wait till the man gets in and see him take charge, because people say he's a Hitler, he's a dictator. He's not. He loves his country. He's a passionate patriot. I've read his books. I don't know him personally, but I'm telling you, from what I know about politics, this guy is not one. He speaks. You can understand him. He's not like the other people up there. And so with that being said, I think that over the next 8 years, you'll see a lot of changes being made in the right direction. One being God going back into places where God needs to be, with your children at school, number one. And I think you'll see, you know, the transgenderisms, these ideologies that don't make sense to us normal American folks, especially here in Randolph County. Like, I think you'll see a lot of that dissolve. It'll go away. And I hope for the future of my daughter, for my nephews, I hope it does. I mean, honestly, it's something that I don't understand. It's something I don't want to be a part of, and I see it to be kind of evil, in a demonic form. Like you guys are the opposite of like what I would call a Christian. You're going in the opposite direction, and I think that's what the Democratic Party has wanted for the last umpteen years. Like that, if you look back and honestly see how long they've been in charge, in my lifetime, like George W. Bush Jr., I don't even think that guy counts as a Republican president, some of the things he's done, okay? Like, I think if you really get to the nuts and bolts of it, there's corruption all among Washington, D.C., and all throughout politics in this country.
Asheboro, what is Asheboro like? The values, the kind of people that are here. What is everybody, what keeps these people going? And why is it so dang conservative MAGA up here? Because this is the most conservative part of the whole state.
Well, I think a lot of it, I mean, I hate to say this. I mean, I hate to bring up a TV show, but this is like Mayberry and Andy Griffith. And a lot of us are just like, might be big fish in small ponds. But I think that that's what keeps the rural American going is we want our community to be strong as it can be. And I know that Asheboro is a small town. It's a mill town. It's always been a mill town, and it's kind of the mill part has gone away. And some of the people that ran mill towns are actually small business owners like myself now. Asheboro is my hometown, and I love it as much as anything I've ever. I mean, it is my town.
When we were talking on the phone, you said people here jokingly refer to it as Trashboro.
Yes, that's me. And
why do they call it? Is that just because it's kind of like got some redneck vibes around here?
It does. I mean, we're pretty much all Southern people, and we just, I don't know, Asheboro's not changed a whole lot from when I was a child. I mean, it's changed some, but not drastically. You know what I'm saying? And
but it was
everybody rolls to Greensboro or somewhere and goes out there, and we just end up calling it Trashboro just because. And that's just me. That's more of me than it is.
But I've heard that before. But it's funny that you say that because remember the Trump trash comment that was made? People ran with that, and they're like, "Yep, you know what? You want to call me whatever you want to call me." Like,
right.
And it became a thing. We were at a voting location, and people were dressing up like trash bags and putting on Trump trash vests, garbage vests, and everybody ran with it. It was just funny. So this is his type of people right here. This is his core because everybody here is sensible. They have good values. It's relatively safe, and people work hard, and they just want to have everything run smoothly, stay out of my way, and just.
Yeah, and I think that's why he chose, when he came for his campaign, I think that's why he chose like the Asheboro Airport and came, and I mean, we're real proud of that, too. I mean, here he is, the 47th president, and he's coming, or, you know, running for the 47th president and coming to, as you say, Trashboro to sit down and speak and campaign. And, I mean, thousands of people. I was there. Thousands and thousands of people came. And I know that they weren't all from Randolph County or in our area, but they came.
We're at the 220 Grill, and this is an example of how pickup trucky and blue collar this place is. Everybody's got a pickup truck and then a dune buggy right outside the 220 Grill. They took their side by side to get some breakfast. Didn't even worry about the cold. That is some real America right there, isn't it? All right, so this entire family is just all fired up. Laura, how do you feel about your man coming back in charge?
Oh my gosh, I feel like Daddy's home.
Look, Daddy's home. We got the shirt.
No, I really do feel a lot more, I feel safer, honestly. Yeah. I know that it feels like American's dad, you know, is there because he's watching over our finances. He's really thinking about our health. He's thinking about all the aspects of like a good dad would do, you know, and I actually feel like that.
How would you describe this area? It has a reputation of being very blue collar. I called it a rednecky town once, and I did that because Asheboro calls themselves kind of rednecky out there, right?
Yeah.
Like it's got a lot of pickup trucks and dollar stores and fishing and hunting and church and just the kind of stuff, camo to church kind of stuff. Your father-in-law called it Trashboro, and I've heard that a lot.
We have owned that one, the Trashboro, but we need. Trashboro cracks me up. I have been hearing that since middle school.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody, especially after what happened with the Trump trash comment, the garbage truck we were talking about.
It's now a compliment.
Yeah. So, like, I think you guys should just own it.
I think we should make shirts.
Yeah, Trashboro. Yes.
Yes.
Trashboro for Trump. We just came up with a really good
I'll
idea.
paint that one.
I'm always looking for t-shirt worthy things.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I think we'll send y'all a shirt on that one. I need to tell my father-in-law so he
Yes.
can sponsor it.
That'd be a good boat painting.
Yes.
Trashboro for Trump.
Yes. But I would say we like the country life, you know.
Yeah.
I love my chickens and get my eggs from the backyard, so.
I mean, everybody says, I want somewhere quiet and safe and affordable where I don't have any of the BS.
Yeah.
This is it, really. I mean, it's a perfect place. Whenever I go show places like this that are like not quite isolated, but not quite city, this is like the perfect kind of place.
I think so.
And whenever people see this, they're like, God, I think I might move there. Can I get a job? And it's like, that's the only concern is like, where can I work? And that's really it. But
yeah, self-employed.
Yeah.
You got to make your own business here.
And you're either going to accept it or deny it, but take it as it is. The man means business, and he's about to change a lot in this country for the right reasons. We're about to get back to what I think America should be. Like, it's a way of life. It's a tradition for people. Look, we've had things taken from us, wars and whatnot. I'm just rambling on here, but we've had things taken down. Rebel flag. These things mean things to people that, especially the older generation, that some of them were there when it took place. Some of these things you can't take away. It's history. It should go in a book, and it should be something that you learn from, not something you frown upon, take down because someone's offended or their feelings are hurt. We got to get away from that. This is America. We are a country. We are built, land of the free, home of the brave, okay? If you don't like it, then go to a different place. Live in a different country, because this place right here is about to be rock solid, about to have the strongest military ever. We're not going to bow down to these foreign countries the way we have in the past. We're going to actually take a stance, and we're going to mean what we say, because that's what Donald Trump does more than any president I've ever seen in my whole life. He means exactly what he says, and not only does he mean it, everyone who's listening can understand exactly what that joker's saying, because he don't beat around the bush. He don't tell you this, tell you that. Well, we got to lay out we got to have these procedures and these protocols. No, get it done. Donald Trump is a get it done type of fella. And if there's one thing that I put my vote and my trust in as an American citizen, is the fact that he's gonna do exactly what he said. He's gonna build that wall. He's gonna drill, baby, drill. He's going to bring prices down. The economy, you're not going to go in a grocery store, bacon, milk, all the things going to be freaking high. You're going to have to pay $150 to get out. No, he's going to bring it back down to an affordable rate so American families can live, man. And to me, that's what I'm passionate about, is to see people succeed, to thrive in different areas all throughout life. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, we all have a back wallet, man. We are all built here in the same country, made in the USA. And I think if we could get back to that as a country, we'll be a lot better off than depending on all these other people to fuel our cars, charge our batteries, whatever it is, put chips in our cars, whatever the deal is. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm going to tell you this. I know that when you are a farmer and you have a farm, you're a self-sustained person. You depend on nothing, no one, and that farm is what you live off of. That's what this country's got to get back to.
How do you think things used to be in this country? What is it that you want to go back to?
Just like, not so much, because right now I think this country is going towards like not hurting people's feelings so much, as far as like, with the whole woke crowd, oh man, I can think of all kinds of things.
We become
right now.
sissified.
Yeah, sissified, absolutely, absolutely.
And we're not going to be sissified any longer.
No, not at all, not at all. And another thing, okay, I'm Mexican American, I'm 5th generation, and I am so sick of these illegals coming here, and this generation of illegals, they come here, they expect things right out of the gate.
Yeah, they feel entitled.
Yeah, in California, I saw the first wave coming in the early 90s, and they had a whole different attitude. They just come and take, and I'm sick of them. I just want to see that border closed, do it the right way.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, man.
Not all of them are bad, but quite a few of them come here, and they use the system. Somehow they get Social Security cards and driver's license or whatever to get jobs. And
So how excited are you that we're going to shut that border down and send them home?
very excited. I just hope I don't get caught up in the mix. You know what I mean?
No, they're looking for all the low lives
You
that
know,
just came over here.
yeah, I got a
No.
job. You know, I mean, I work for my money.
Do not send
You know.
Anthony back home.
Yes, please don't.
No.
Yeah, I'm fifth generation American. Quick story. When I was little, I was probably 7 or 8. I asked my grandmother. I said, "Grandma, what part of Mexico are you from?" And she got mad at me. She says, "I'm not from Mexico. I'm from Claremont, California." You know, I didn't know. I was like, "Okay, Grandma, okay." You know, she was proud to be an American.
Yeah.
You know.
This area loves, it's very red. It's the most conservative part of the state. Voted for Trump in bigger numbers than any other part of the state. What is it about Randolph County? What is it about Asheboro that just is so red and just loves that man so much?
Honestly, I just think that a lot of people in Randolph County, there's a lot of small businesses. I mean, if you ride through here, you're not going to see Longhorn, Olive Garden. You're not going to see big restaurants or anything like that, which I'm not saying I don't want one, because I'd love one. But there is a lot of small business people that live in Randolph County, and we need help. I mean, you know what I mean? If you're a small business, this type of economy kills you. So I just think that Randolph County, and I think small businesses, most people who own a business, I think they are red. I think that they're just like us. They want things to be better. They want to continue their business. And it is tough for the simple fact everything going up. We started this business in 2018, and let me just say, since then to now, I mean, even glue's tripled. I mean, then you got to put it on your customer. I mean, we want to be able to give affordable business. Yeah, we need to make a little money so we can stay in business, but we want to be able to have a place that people can come to and feel like, hey, they did me right. They didn't overcharge. I mean, they did a great job. Mm-hmm. And that's just the kind of people we are. And I think a lot of people in Randolph County is the same way. We just want to do business with people because we love people.
Happy New Year, everyone. Good news. You knew it was coming. The Fed has dropped interest rates. Now's the time to call the good folks at American Financing. It's a perfect time to consolidate your debt and reduce your monthly expenses. American Financing is a family-owned mortgage lender who's been in business for 25 years. They help homeowners gain access to the equity in their home to pay off high-interest debt. They've helped hundreds of thousands of people pay off their high-interest debt, and in some cases, people are even able to stock away some money and create a savings. On average, their customers are saving over $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 a year raise. Some of their customers are closing in as fast as 10 days. Their mortgage consultants are salary-based, so there's no incentive to put you in a loan that doesn't make sense. They never charge any upfront or hidden fees. American Financing, they're not like the big banks. They're in it for you. It costs nothing to find out how much you can save. And if you start today, you might be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. And it might be a deduction for you. You can't deduct your credit card bills, can you? Call today, 888-998-8020. That's 888-998-8020. AmericanFinancing.net/Nick. Do it today. You'll be glad you did. And of course, we got to talk about guns. Randolph Guns and Ammo. Look at all these guns. All right, what do we got in here? What are these guns?
So this is our Trump 45, 47 case right here. We got 3 1911s, 4 1911s. That's a 45 caliber, just government issue, you know, from back in the day, World Wars. 2 newer Glocks and AR-15 with the man, the myth, the legend pictured right there. Oh. Yeah, Randolph County, I mean, we believe that it's a right that we have as citizens, and I think the crime in the area speaks for itself. When you have law-abiding citizens carrying, I think generally the feel of the public most people is safer. The point of concealed carry is for others to not know that you're carrying. But when the bad guy knows, they're looking for somewhere that's a easier target, and they're going to catch the smoke here if they come looking for it.
So what's it like in Randolph County, man? Because everybody out here loves Trump. Why is it so conservative MAGA out here?
Biggest thing I'd say is a lot of hardworking people out here. The last handful of years with inflation and the previous administration, things have just been tough, and I think people are kind of tired of it, kind of fed up. But you're also right in the Bible Belt of the South, so a lot of people are church going and have a relationship with the Lord, and in a lot of ways didn't feel that the previous administration acknowledged those rights and their beliefs. And we're just looking for some conservative Christian change, I think, and this area really showcases a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
how excited are you personally that there's going to be a Trump presidency coming up in about 9 days?
I'm pretty excited. I mean, I'm not like extremist out here, or anything like that. He got my vote, but that's because I feel that the values that he stands on align closely with my own. I'm not saying personally I agree with all his decisions or things that he's done or been accused of in the past, but by and large, his platform and the issues that are important to me and my family, he acknowledges and supports those, and that's the reason I voted for him. So,
you got the fight hat on. What did that moment back in July, what did that mean to you, how he acted, how that went down?
Well, I think for, all of America, when you see him stand up and bullets are coming through and he wants to make sure that he knows to tell America to keep fighting, I think that shows courage from him. I mean, I'd be ducked down. Y'all better get around me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get shot. But him, I mean, he stood right up. That right there was the turning point, I think, where Americans seen that, hey, he might be selfish. He might be a little bit narcissistic, as people say, but he loves America. You know what I mean? And he is. He's cocky, which I like that. I mean, I like somebody who's cocky, who knows that they're going to win.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting respected more in the world already. He's not even president yet, and he's already leading.
Yeah, I mean, the Ukraine war, I think you're going to see that thing, go. I think you're going to see a lot of things go away. I think that you're going to see China start to do things that, we haven't seen them do because people fear him. And, I mean, the Ukraine war would have never even happened if he would have been there, So,
what's the first thing that you think he should do?
Well, he needs to put the pipeline back in effect. That would be the number one thing I would think that he needs to do.
Drill.
That's right. Absolutely.
All right, so we're here in Asheboro, and I was going in to get some Mexican food, and I was driving by and saw that on the ground, and I was like, it is my lucky day. And then I looked at it, and I was like, it's fake. Kamala lost, LOL. That is amazing. That is Asheboro for you right there. She did lose. Good job, somebody. I'm keeping this. I'm going to pull this prank on somebody else. And I know that you are against the woke stuff. You had a snowman analogy.
Oh,
can you
yeah.
tell me that? That was a really good analogy that you said.
Well, it's a metaphor, but I mean, I just seen it on Facebook where a guy goes out and he built a snowman. He built the snowman, and then all of a sudden the womanizer came over and was just mad, just blistering mad that he didn't build a woman snowman. So, and then, so he goes out there and he builds a woman snowman, and everything's good. I mean, he thinks everything's going good, and then the gays come in, then the lesbians come in, and everybody comes in, and it's like they're all fighting mad because he didn't build 2 men snowmen or he didn't build 2 women snowman. And in the end, when it was all said and done, the womanizer came back over there and was complaining because he put too big of boobs on the snow woman. And so in the end of the day, you can't satisfy everybody. So you just have to satisfy yourself and go on with it. And that's another thing that I think Trump can do. I think that he can fix some of the freedoms of speech and our news media, how they draw things out and cause us to have conflict against each other because the news media is bringing it up that we said this when we technically didn't say that or did this or whatever. And I think that the news media has just got it all wrong. And they're so far against him that they need to look. At the end of the day, whether you like the man or you don't, he's still the commander-in-chief. And it's the same way I felt about Biden. I didn't like him, but he's still my commander-in-chief. He's the president of the United States. I don't agree with everything that he does, and I probably won't agree with everything that Trump does. But at the end of the day, who's looking after the American people? Who wants it? And I will say this right here. This man ran for 4 years, persecuted every day, more than almost as much as Jesus Christ, and turns around and he runs again. This man loves America. That's all. I mean, you know, he has to, because he wouldn't just come back and try to do it again. And he didn't. I don't think he came back for revenge. I think he came back for the American people, to get them back on track and to get the Republican Party rolling again.
And of course, we knocked on some doors. All right, we got some Trump people right here. Let's go, Brandon. And if you break into my house, stand outside. Let's see if they're home. Oh my goodness, we got the icy steps. Oh, the things I do for YouTube. All right, sir. So what? I saw your signs.
Yeah, we had two more. We had 2 Trump signs out there, and after the election, somebody stole them.
Well, actually, they probably wanted them for themselves.
Well, I had a friend of mine who worked for the RNC down here, and she was the one that went out and put the signs out. So when I noticed they were missing, I called her. I said, "Hey, did you come collect the signs?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, mine are gone." She said, "Yeah, they got stolen." So, it is what it is.
So how excited are you that in about 9 days...
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to get that bumbling fool out of office. Something bothered me today. We were watching the news, and he was on a video call with Newsom in California. He's sitting there, Kamala Harris is sitting there, and his wife is sitting there. Why is his wife sitting in on conversations like that? Maybe she's the one running the country? I mean, she's 15.
Yeah.
She's got a Trump flag hanging in her room.
Oh, good.
So,
Good. We need some more young, youth, conservative people that are sensible.
She understands.
Yeah.
You know, she watches the news with us. She sees what's going on.
Yeah.
She listens to us talk. So.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. You're from Staten Island. You moved down here to the middle of North Carolina. What is it about this area that called you? Why'd you come down here to country land?
Initially, I had a friend of mine who's down here. He was here 5 years before me. He came from Staten Island also. And for 5 years, he kept telling me, "You got to come down, you got to come down, you got to come down." So one year in July, we came down. We looked around. We loved it. We found a school for her. Loved the school. Loved the fact that the crime is almost nil. Love the fact that I can drive around in my car with the windows open and not smell weed, because up in New York, that's all you smell. The opioid addiction in New York was out of control. Down here, you don't hear of it.
It's just good people.
Yeah, it's good people. It's a nicer way of life. It's a slower. I'm 65 years old, so I needed a slower pace.
Yeah.
You know? But I love it down here. She loves it. You couldn't get me to go back to New York. My mother still lives up there.
Yeah.
And I got to go there every now and then to visit, and it kills me to do it.
Yeah.
Just to go into that mess, the traffic and the congestion and the price. $20 to go over a bridge to get onto the island is absurd.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
oh, it's just a nicer place to live.
Yeah. Good. One more question. What is it about the way the country was run the last 4 years, the liberal values that you just think are, what parts of the administration are you most frustrated by?
The absence of administration. The fact that he just doesn't make himself visible. Western North Carolina got destroyed with a hurricane. He's not there. He doesn't go there. He's not trying to help anybody. On the news the other night, he said to California, "Oh, you're going to have 100% help from the government to rebuild. Well, what about these poor people in Western North Carolina who are still living in tents?
Well, they didn't vote for him, and California did. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, probably.
How excited are you that in less than 10 days, he's going to be running the show again? He's going to be behind the wheel.
I'm excited, and I'm also fearful. I hope that he is protected well, and I also hope that the Republican Party gets behind him all the way, because if they don't get behind him 100%, they need to get out, because he's the man. He's the one everyone's chosen. So they all need to get behind him and get their tails out from between their legs and daggum be the Republican Party that they need to be, and stand behind the president.
Did you see any Kamala signs around here?
Maybe one or two, not many. And one day I seen one, and the next day it was gone. So I don't know who took it up, but it wasn't there long.
I can't believe that so many people, 48% of the state voted for her. I'm shocked that that many people voted for that woman. I really am.
Well, and it's a shame, because probably of those 48, probably 39.8 just didn't vote for Trump because they don't like his attitude. You know what I mean? So, I mean, she probably had votes that they didn't even like her neither, but they didn't like Trump because, oh, he's mean, or he don't talk right, or he's arrogant, or he's cocky, or whatever. But
Protest vote.
Yeah, just didn't vote for him because, and they voted for her just because they wasn't going to vote for him, wasn't going to vote for the man. But that's okay. We got it, and now we're going to see what happens.
All right, so we're downtown on a beautiful day. We got the Democratic Party office. Boo hoo hoo. Uh-oh. Look who they have on their way back. Back in the window there. Kamala and them. Oh my gosh. Tear, tear, tear. So sorry, so sorry. Well, they're not in here. Looks like they haven't been in here in a while. I think they gave up. Gave up probably before the election was even over. They just said, we ain't gonna win. Let's just go home. Think I still see some tears on the ground. And then only 2 doors down, we've got the Republican headquarters. Oh, look at it. They have the front and center right here in the window. There we go. Yeah. And they look like they haven't been around in a while either. They're like, we won. Looks a lot cleaner in there, doesn't it? Much more organized.
Because the last 4 years have been just boo-boo. They've been horrible with Biden. And to be honest, I kind of feel sorry for him. He's too old, and you see him kind of walking off in the distance after he does his speech or whatever, and someone else is pulling his strings, I believe, for sure. Because he's a poor thing. I mean, I hate to say it, but he shouldn't be there. He's done. He's done. And
Can you say one nice thing about Democrats? What's the best thing, the best quality? There's got to be something that you like about them, right?
I don't know, man. I guess the one nice thing about them is they act like they want to help the poor, but they really don't. They just want to put money in their pocket. That's the only thing I can think is they talk a good game.
What is it about the liberal democratic way that you can't stand?
I wish I could put that in words, because I haven't figured it out myself. I mean, I have liberal friends, and I read their posts, and I'm like, what don't they understand? Where are they getting their information? How are they so misguided? I mean, I haven't even figured that one out yet, because it's just like,
We've already seen him in the past, the first term, and he tried to do everything that he said he was going to do. Whereas a lot of politicians, they say all this stuff they're going to do and then don't do hardly any of it. Can't do hardly any, don't even have the means to do hardly any of it. But this man, to me, I think has the means, I think he really, so he's a Gemini. Did you know that?
I did not.
His birthday is one day before mine, so I just found out. And what I know about people like that is when they find their passion, they keep going. And I think this man, like, the more fuel and, fuel you throw on the fire, I honestly think he's, like, made to just take on more and more and more craziness, and it doesn't bother him. He just smirks about it and says, on to the next problem that we're going to solve for fun. Like, I don't.
Yeah, he seems like he's just ageless. The man just has all this energy and just,
He is. He has a lot of energy, and I know it comes from inside. Like, I know that he has found his passion, and it's problem solving, and he just runs with it.
So for lunch, we ate at a barbecue place called Hops in downtown. Wonderful food, awesome people, highly recommend it. We wound up talking to a Trump guy and a Biden guy here. Uh-oh. What's your name, sir?
Dean Lale.
Dean, you were just telling me you have a plastics company in town.
Yeah.
Okay. Not everybody voted for Trump. You did not. You didn't like him.
That's right.
I'd like to hear other perspectives. What?
Yeah, we're one of the few, I guess, here in this town, but I think that the first term of Trump was an embarrassment. He downgraded the office. I think the whole ideal of trying to make America great again is going to put down the rest of the world. And I want to bring everybody up. I'd like to lift everybody's boat.
You live in a very conservative area. Is that difficult for you to deal with all of the conservatism around you?
No, I think that what happens in Washington is really not much happens there, so it's not going to be a big impact that Trump is president. I'm accepted it, and he'll be our president for 4 years. But our local officials, they're Republicans, but they're all outstanding. They do things that are good for the community. They know the local community, and they're doing things that are good for the community. So I would say every official that we have and they're all Republicans, I'd give money to their campaigns because there's nobody else to give a campaign to, but we support the local guys, and they do a great job.
Okay, so your thing is more beef with Donald Trump than it is the Conservative Party.
Yeah, I just think, he could act a little more like an adult.
He is a hard man to love sometimes, isn't he?
Yeah. But there's some harsh realities, and he sometimes faces those and makes us face those. And, that I don't like that people are illegally coming across the border. That I'm against that too. I think, I'd never believed that Mexico would pay for the wall, and we've got to understand that there are people that want to come to our country and will be very beneficial to it. We need workers.
Look at it. He's got these. Look at. He's just showing off now. What do you think? Why does this area love him so much in the middle of the state?
If Clinton and them would have got in, they'd have been communists. This country would have been communist. They're dividing everybody. So we need somebody that cares about the country.
He's a common man, and this is a very blue-collar, middle America kind of place, Asheboro is. Folks just have good values. They work hard, stay out of my way, and don't mess with me, or you're going to pay the price, right? It's a sensible place. Mm-hmm. Is that why he resonates so much with the people here?
I think so. We're all small businesses. We're all very much like take care of our own, take care of ourselves. We really don't want help from someone else as much as possible. And I can say that about all of North Carolina. The people in Western North Carolina, even though they're probably the most, needed, they need help. And most of them mountain men out there, I can guarantee you're like, don't even give me help. And they need it, I think that's another thing that I'm excited about getting rid of is like, you know, getting self-sufficient again. You know, like really figuring out what you need and going for it instead of waiting for someone to come help you. And I think we're getting a lot of that, or we've had a lot of that in the past 4 years. And you know how that is? That just drains the people who do give.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's right to say, but
it's true.
that's how, you know.
What was your favorite? Garbage Man Trump, French fry McDonald's Trump, or Gulf of America Trump?
Oh my God.
I love all three. I don't know which one I think is the best.
I love all three. Garbage Man Trump was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But McDonald's Man Trump, to me, was like more than just a petty publicity stunt. I think it really, he got to talk to people one-on-one that they would have never thought that they got to talk to Trump. And so he had a social element to it. And people actually got to see his personality, you know, in real life. And then you can't spin that. They got to experience him. And I think that that was brilliant, what he did. The garbage truck one, that was fun, though.
That was fun.
I was like, go, petty,
People
absolutely.
say he's not funny. I'm like, he's hilarious.
Honestly, he is hilarious.
Or our humor is just all different. I mean, it is, but you're like, that was so fun. All of them were so funny.
Yes. He honestly is paving a way in that area from, I mean, politicians are so like prim and proper and this and that and polished, and he is literally like, this is the new way that we're doing politics.
Politicians can be fun and regular people, and we don't have to stick to a script. He's not afraid to go off script.
Yes.
That woman, if the script didn't say exactly what she needed to say, she would panic and like didn't know what to say. Like she could never answer a question directly, and he's just like, he'd sit there for 3 hours and just talk with the regular people and be like, let's just talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think his prep is like knowing, you know, whatever he needs to know, but then he just flies off the handle with it.
Yeah.
And I really believe, like, if you're a professional at what you do, as long as you have those fundamentals, you can really do, like, anything with it. And I think he's like that.
And I just want to try to do the best that I can for my family, which is in this picture right here. And
Yes, sir.
I mean, I just want to escalate that. And I've got so many grandchildren that's coming up, and I mean, I want it to be America like it used to be, where that's why you came over here. We're all ancestors from somewhere.
But you're the second person that said, we've talked to 2 people in Asheboro, and they both said so far, I want America to be like it used to be. What did America used to be that you want to get back to, that you think Trump can help get us there?
Well, I think it was just a safer place. I mean, you felt like that you could go out in the street and walk the streets and not get robbed or bushwhacked or whatever you want to call it. And I just think that it was just a better, safer, and everybody wants to make money. Who don't want to make money? It's always the right color and it always fits. I mean, and that's the whole goal to America, and that's why we came over here as ancestors, was to make a better life. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep it going for that. And I'm not saying that I want everybody to make a living, and I know the things go up, but I mean, at the end of the day, let's keep the gas, let's be self-efficient as Americans, let's keep the gas costs down so that we can go on the vacations and take our families and buy the things that we want to buy, the luxury items. I'm not necessarily talking about, but right now people are suffering because it's groceries, gas, electric, utility bills. It's what's causing all this depression, if you really want to get down to it. I mean, and people go through depressions. I mean, I've went through them. You lose jobs, you this, that. I mean, but at the end of the day, I think he's going to keep us rolling. And what I mean is working people are going to go back, I mean, that's going to want to work, that are going to go back to work, and it's just going to make America good again. Because, I mean, that's what we want.
Oh my goodness, it's cold. Okay. It's the end of the day here in Asheboro. We're out here in front of Pawpaw's place. Nobody in there really wanted to talk to me. It's a lot of younger liberal types. Uh-oh. We met a lot of cool people today. And everybody said the same thing. We just want America to be like it used to be. And Asheboro is a throwback to that. Asheboro is a wonderful place filled with hardworking, sensible people. And everywhere we went, everybody said that. It's an undiscovered place with wonderful people. And they're all looking forward to Donald Trump taking office here in the middle of North Carolina, the most MAGA place you can get. And now we're going to go up to Virginia for the next video, and I think we're going to get a big earful up there. Yes, we are. Oh, and I forgot to say, the good folks at the Randolph Gun Store, they invited me to a coyote hunt tonight. I might go. There you go, Asheboro, North Carolina. I didn't know much about it before we got here, but these people make a lot of sense, and they sure are happy, and they sure are looking forward to next week. And now off to Virginia.